What's going on, guys? Asian Guy here, bringing you some very hype news from the Japan server of One Piece Treasure Cruise. We have got a new Luffy, a new Sanji, a new Chopper, a new Pudding, and a new Reiju, and a few hints at who the next legend, or the new 4-year anniversary legend, is going to be. My hope, or my guess now, is on Katakuri, and I'll explain why later on in the video. But before we dive into that, we have got the treasure map Kizaru SUGOFEST. So we're going to have Ben Beckman and Apu as the 2-point boosters. Now, Ben Beckman boosts by 2.25 times points, and Apu 1.75 times points. And on the second multiple of part 1 and part 2 of this 3-part SUGOFEST, Apu will be guaranteed on the second multiple. Now, this SUGOFEST, yikes, am I going to be baited? I'm going to be baited super hard. Ben Beckman, he's a decent unit for a treasure map mode unit, since normally what they've done now is that treasure map mode units boost by X amount of some sort of stat depending on what treasure map mode level you're on. It's kind of annoying and it's kind of complicated to explain, but I think it makes sense enough for you guys because you guys are a smart bunch, unlike me. So he will remove defense up buff from an enemy by 3 turns. He will change his own slot into strength, boost the crew's slot effects by 1.5 times. That is not reliant on whatever treasure map mode, that is a fixed special, which is actually not bad. However, from pirate or treasure map mode level 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and 21 and above, he will lock the chain multiplier by 2.5, 2.75, and 3 times. You do not understand how happy I am to have not made a mistake on that, because this is like my 10th try trying to get his special correct. But yeah, treasure map Ben Beckman, not a bad unit actually, and he is not guaranteed on any of these parts, but this SUGOFEST is a little bit interesting, and we'll go into that when I go into showing you the details of the SUGOFEST. Next up, we have got Scratchman Apu. He will do something to the chain. He will reduce the chain, any chain debuffs basically, by X amount of turns. I missed it there. And he will reduce damage from a dex enemy by 80%. So for 4 turns, he will, I don't know what the debuff is called, but the chain coefficient, like any negative chain coefficient multiplier, he'll remove that debuff by 4 turns, and for 1 turn reduce damage from dex enemies by 80%. Not such a very useful unit there, because, you know, what it does hint at, however, is that treasure map mode, the boss, Kizaru, he's going to be dex, he's going to do a lot of damage, you want to have the damage reduction, and he's going to do something annoying with your chain multiplier. So something like that, a little bit annoying, but we'll see about that. And this SUGOFEST, 3 parts, it's a 9-day SUGOFEST. I'm not excited for it because I am going to lose a lot of gems on it. No self-control. What is self-control in 2018? But on every single day, the first multiple will always be 30 gems. There will be silvers in there, but the final poster will always be at least a 4-star or above. The second multiple on part 1 and part 2 will guarantee Scratchman Apu at max level on the final poster. However, on part 3, the final 3 days, I believe this will be the final 3 days of treasure map mode, which is a little bit scummy, but on the final 3 days, on part 3 of this SUGOFEST, so on your second multiple on part 3, I know it's very wordy, but on your second multiple of part 3, the entire multiple will be rated up characters only. Now, we don't know who the rated up characters are just yet for part 3 of this SUGOFEST. There might even be silvers included there. But what it does say is every single poster will be a rated up character from part 3 of this SUGOFEST. And that's only on the second multiple. I'm not sure what to make of that. That might mean it's all gold, and if there are good rate ups in there, I'm probably going to have to pull. I mean, anyone will want to pull on such a good advert or advertised SUGOFEST banner. It's a little bit confusing, but we'll have the full details out there for you when we get a proper translation or we get a proper rate up list. We don't have the rate up units list yet, which is a little bit frustrating. On the third multiple, of course, you're going to get a guaranteed SUGOFEST unit. On the 6th one, you'll get a guaranteed rated up SUGOFEST unit. Now, this day is looking really juicy for me. V2 Dofi, V2 Akainu. I do have V2 Aokichi now, spoiler alert. 9th multi is just a guaranteed SUGOFEST unit, and 12th multi is a guaranteed rate up SUGOFEST unit. Now, that was very wordy, I do apologize about that, but that is treasure map Kizaru done and dusted. Let's go into the more hype news, which is the 4-year anniversary units. Alright guys, so here we are with the V-Jump leaks. As you can see, we have got a new Luffy, a new Pudding, which I've cropped off because I have her full information later on. We have a new Sanji and a new Reiju. Now, this Luffy is the only one we've seen, but to the right of this Luffy, you can actually see the artwork which he's specifically taken from. Now, I don't have this, but what it does say is that the new Straw Hats will be released during this 4-year anniversary event. So I'm very excited to see if we're going to get a full batch or if it's just Luffy. My prediction is we are going to be getting a full batch of all of these Straw Hats, which is very exciting stuff. Even if it's just Luffy alone, that's pretty hype. We don't know what he does yet. He's not going to be a legend, that's for sure, but he's probably going to come with like a, you know, 20-year anniversary kind of batch. Same kind of feels as that. We also have a wedding dress Sanji and wedding dress, or not necessarily wedding dress, but dressed up for the wedding Reiju. Now, Reiju is looking pretty much like the Beiju that she is, but these two units will be the limited rare recruits for the 4-year anniversary SUGOFEST, just like 3-year anniversary Boa and anniversary Shanks. Both of those units, incidentally, in my opinion, when they were released, both of them were actually very, very good units. Now, the thing these two both have in common is that they're most likely going to be either A fighter class, or B, a powerhouse class. And typically, the anniversary units cater towards some hype legends, especially Boa. Last time anniversary Boa was for G4. That was very interesting in that. We don't know what they do yet. The speculation is that they will do something for fighter types. I believe that the meta right now is shifting back to fighter classes. Colosseum Burgess, really useful fighter unit. We also had the limited rare recruit Koala, who is a fighter unit, and everything really is just pointing towards an incoming fighter legend. Now, to the left of what Reiju is sitting on, I think it's a bunch of steps, but to the left of Reiju, it says a new Captain Action legend will be coming, which is very, very exciting to hear. It doesn't actually specifically say a legend, but it is pretty much hinted that Captain Action is really only for legends. They might branch it out later on, but you never know. The thing I can see from this is that it can either be a Judge V2 or a 5-star Judge. If they're not going to do any sort of legend here, it might be a Judge 6+, Judge V2. We don't know yet. It could also be Brook. I think Brook has been very hype this arc, the Whole Cake Island arc. Brook, a lot of people have been pointing to Brook as a potential candidate, and I can see exactly why or how Captain Action will work with his ability. He has more control over his Devil Fruit now. He can split his soul. That is in the anime. I'm 99% sure that has happened in the anime already, so that could be a Captain Action. But the main thing, I think it's probably going to be Katakuri, and he is hype enough to be a 4-year anniversary legend. He's popular enough to be a 4-year anniversary legend. And if I'm not mistaken, the anime right now is currently covering chapters 860 to 870, and this is where Katakuri really comes into play for the first half of this arc anyway. I mean, the opening of the anime has already pretty much spoiled how he fights, but I believe Katakuri is going to be a fighter legend. And if that's the case, that's going to be pretty hype. It's in line with everything. The only other candidate I can think of that would be a fighter legend right now, and has shown some prowess in the anime, or will do, is Jinbei. So Jinbei, I think, might be the guaranteed 6+ legend. I'm hoping he's not, because previously we've had V2 Law 6+, and technically V2 Luffy 6+, which is time skip Luffy, going into his G4, and these have been guaranteed on these hype SUGOFEST, on these anniversary SUGOFEST, as the 6th multi-pull on the first day, as a guaranteed 6+. Now, Jinbei could fit into that bill, but these two legends, these 6+, have always been side grades, not necessarily upgrades. Now, Jinbei would need an upgrade, because he is one of the worst legends in the game, hands down, super outdated, and not viable for a lot of content anymore, unless you start leeching off another legend. But yeah, double Jinbei alone is really not good enough for anything these days. So, V2 Jinbei is also another candidate. Let me know what you guys think this potential new legend could be. Originally, I thought it was going to be a mix between V2 Jinbei, Nami, and also Brook. I don't think Nami is going to be involved in any way, shape, or form as a legend up till her birthday anyway, which I believe is in July. But I think the candidates really right now are V2 Jinbei, Katakuri. I don't think it will be Big Mom. She hasn't done enough, in my opinion, just yet to warrant a legend. That might change in the upcoming 2 to 3 or 4 weeks of the anime. No spoilers, but that might change. I think it's going to be Katakuri. Remember, guys, in the 1st and the 2nd and the 3rd year anniversary, there was actually no new batch. So if we everyone's like, oh, it's going to be the Big Mum batch for the 4-year anniversary. The anniversary typically has never had a new batch of units, only a new legend, and so far a side grade legend to go with that. So I'm interested to see who the side grade legend might be. It could potentially be 6+ Sanji as well. The arc does revolve around it. There's so many possibilities. Leave your comments and thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Let's have some discussion. I'm excited to see. I would really love it to be Katakuri. The way it's phrased in red, Aitsu is the word that it says, and Aitsu is like slang. And from my own experience, when people use that, it's towards someone who is, you know, like a big bad boss, right? It's a slang for a big bad boss, someone big, someone important, someone significant, and I can't see that being Nami. It could potentially be Brook, but I feel like it's Katakuri. The way they announced Katakuri on like Twitter with his voice actor, who is one of the most coveted voice actors in shonen anime. He is a super popular voice actor. He's Gintoki from Gintama, one of my favorite voice actors, so oh boy, if it's Katakuri, I am gonna go ham on this SUGOFEST. Of course, I'm gonna go ham anyway, but I will probably keep pulling until I get him, because I worship this voice actor for Katakuri. But the way they announced Katakuri on Twitter was very hype, just like this as well. Like, they were kind of spoilering it, but at the same time they weren't. They were just hitting towards it. So I really have my fingers crossed for Katakuri. Also, just in general, this Sanji and Reiju, they both look fantastic. I really hope they don't split it as part 1 and part 2, but I'm pretty sure they're going to split it as part 1, part 2, and then part 3 has neither of them, which is, it's annoying, but you know, it's Bandai, what are you going to do? So, the new units that we already know about, Anniversary Pudding. Anniversary Pudding is basically just the free anniversary unit you get for logging in, just like Anniversary Lore from the 3-year anniversary. Boost attack of all units by 2.25, 1.2 times the belly, and EXP earned as well. Her special will heal 2000 HP and changes badly matching orbs into matching and shuffle all non-matching orbs. Not a bad special, kind of similar to the 3 anniversary lore, although that lore does convert block orbs. Putting aside, we have got Chopper. Now, this Chopper, I think, is actually very, very good. He heals 5 times his own recovery at the end of each turn. That's not that great in itself, but he will drastically reduce enemies' defense for 1 turn. He will reduce 5 turns of enrage and damage threshold, and he will make inside dex orbs beneficial for all units and boost chain by plus 0.5. His sailor will make all orbs count as, well, all orbs meet orbs at the start of the adventure, and because he's a cerebral and fighting unit, if you use him on a cerebral team, that's already fantastic, that sailor ability. You basically start off, if you have a Zunisha ship, with a full deck of matching orbs. He is a fighter unit as well, which also, you know, adds on to my theory that the next legend is going to be a fighter type. And for me, the real 2 or 3 candidates for that are Sanji, Katakuri, and Jinbei as the new fighter legends: V2 Sanji, V2 Jinbei, and Katakuri. I really hope it's not a V2 Sanji. I really want it to be Katakuri, maybe V2 Jinbei as well, but it does look like it's going to be a whole Cake Island themed SUGOFEST, because on top of that, the 4-year anniversary will also bring out this new EXP fodder from the wedding ceremony as well. So I don't know what that is. It's got sausages, pancakes maybe, and cauliflower, something like that. I don't know what that is. I don't eat vegetables, guys. I only meat. And we also have a teacup set as well. So 4 million EXP and 400,000. So 4 million EXP is for the pancake, the food. That's the gold version, which goes down to 400,000 and 40,000 for the bronze, the silver, and the gold respectively, just like the lobsters from the 3-year anniversary Sanji Lobster Island. However, this teacup set is a bronze item, and it has 400,000 EXP and 1 socket, which I think is pretty awesome, because socket tomes are not easy to come by unless you farm a crap ton of Colosseum. So this, I hope, is going to be a very high drop rate, since it is a bronze item. Fingers crossed it's a reskin version of Sanji items, but a lot better this time round. So, what do we know so far, guys? A bunch of hype units are coming. Who do you think the new legend is going to be? I have my fingers crossed on Katakuri now. Before I said it wouldn't be Katakuri, it wouldn't be Big Mom, because they haven't done enough in the anime to warrant a legend just yet. Having said that, I've now looked at the anime, and within the next month, they will have both done enough to warrant a legend. That's all I'm going to say about that. And hopefully, it's going to be Katakuri, because I think Katakuri is way more popular than Big Mom just as an anime character. Maybe not in OPTC in terms of power level, but I think Katakuri, it's pretty much, in my opinion, dead set to be Katakuri. And I cannot wait. If he is revealed, oh boy, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.